is I, the Nugget, back with another SCP reading. As always, all reading material can be found in the description. So, without further ado, let us begin today's audio with the first file on our list. Item number SCP-156, classified as Euclid. 156 is a group of exactly 181 pomegranate aerialists. The number of instances of 156 is constant. When one is ingested or destroyed, it is replaced instantaneously with a new one among the largest group of contiguous instances. Otherwise, the instances can be moved around freely after leaving the group, i.e., after an instance is touching no other instance. The instance will spoil normally, after which a new instance will appear. When all instances are destroyed simultaneously, all 181 instances reappear randomly at the location of one of the destroyed arils. Attempts to measure the time between destruction of one instance and the appearance of a new one using high-speed cameras have so far failed. If 156 is ingested between March 21st and September 20th, subjects display no signs of infection until noon of September 21st, when all vital processes abruptly cease. A similar effect is observed immediately when 156 is ingested after September 21st. Despite being technically dead, post-mortem examinations of subjects have been unable to discover a cause of death. Subjects appear to have been in perfect health, aside from any pre-existing conditions. While dead, subjects do not show any signs of decomposition, though the bodies of many subjects begin displaying bruising and scarring consistent with torture. While the majority of subjects suffer these wounds, not all do, and no reliable formula has been discovered to predict which subjects will be affected. Infected subjects remain in this dormant state until noon of March 21st, when life processes restart. Subjects remember little of the intervening time period. While most subjects are entirely unaware that any time has passed since their apparent death, some claim to recall a pale white male face and a wilting pomegranate tree. Subjects continue to die and reanimate annually on September and March 21st, respectively, until killed by another cause. Reanimation only occurs from deaths caused by ingesting 156. After undergoing a single death reanimation cycle, subjects began displaying high levels of distress and paranoia as time approaches September 21st, even if they have not been made aware of the death reanimation cycle. Furthermore, subjects will take extreme lengths to avoid taking any sort of risk or danger to their person, even if they had not displayed risk-taking behaviors prior to ingesting 156. Over the course of multiple death reanimation cycles, these psychological symptoms become more pronounced. At the same time, physical symptoms during the dormant period increase in intensity for the subjects suffering from them. Eventually, physical wounds on subjects will begin to emulate burns and puncture wounds. Many subjects gain a phobia of dogs and dead plants after 3 to 5 reanimations. After several deaths caused by 156, the ocular tissue undergoes necrosis in many subjects. This tissue does not reanimate with the rest of the body. Often, after 10 or more reanimations, reanimation of bodily processes will occur, but the subject will fail to regain consciousness, entering a comatose state. Death and reanimation continues annually, even after subjects have reached this stage. "156 came to the attention of the Foundation after an incident in Greece, after a number of people died on September 21st without apparent cause. The Foundation became involved after locals reported the return of several of the dead who had been interred in above-ground vaults the following spring. After questioning these subjects, all reported having attended a party at the same house, who had been buried and was found asphyxiated in her coffin. 156 was discovered within the house, fresh despite the intervening 6 months since the incident. Testing commenced on D-Class personnel in August. The subject died on September 21st and was autopsied. No cause of death could be found. The subject was left under monitoring in storage. On March 21st, the subject began to show brain activity, and subject's heart began beating despite the body having taken significant damage during the autopsy. The subject expired shortly thereafter without regaining consciousness. A RILS given SCP status and longer-term testing was ordered. This is currently all that is known about 156 at current date. And so, we will conclude this file with the special containment procedures. 156 is to be kept in a refrigerated storage unit 19C, except when removed for experimentation. Subjects infected by 156 are to be restrained and monitored for their own safety. from September 21st to March 21st. Infected subjects should be kept within a secure storage unit unless the experiment's parameters indicate otherwise. Both storage facilities should be monitored by security camera. The termination and autopsy of D-Class personnel assigned to 156 should be delayed until after March 21st. No personnel are permitted to consume 156 except D-Class personnel, unless approved by a Level 3 staff member. And with that, this file is concluded, and we will move on to our next and final file for today. Item number SCP-157, classified as Euclid. 157 is a previously unknown microscopic animal in the tardigrade phylum, adapted to live on land as a predator. Like other tardigrades, 157 is extremely resistant to environmental damage and can enter a cryptobiotic state when no food is present. 157 normally exists as an amorphous mass composed of millions of individual organisms. In this form, it can slowly crawl and climb. 157 colonies are predatory and can attack insects and small birds by engulfing them and then slowly dissolving their prey with digestive enzymes. Humans and other large prey are not normally attacked directly by 157 colonies, as they are too large to engulf, and long-term contact is necessary for 157 to successfully feed. The organism has developed an alternative method for achieving such contact. 157 colonies possess an innate telepathic ability. When in the presence of prey that is too large to directly attack, the 157 colony will use telepathy to present the illusion of something its prey wants to eat, wear, or apply to its body. 157 is highly toxic when eaten. Those who have done so in the past require immediate gastric surgery to remove the portion that may have been eaten from the inside. When applied to human or animal skin, 157 will produce an anesthetic to encourage prey to ignore pain and leave the organism in place. It then dissolves and consumes the skin within 30 minutes to 2 hours. Dead prey is rapidly consumed, and 157 will grow significantly as it feeds. When reaching a size of 5 kilograms, 157 will split into smaller colonies that move off in search of new prey. When in the presence of 2 or more individuals, 157 will have an inconsistent appearance. It may appear to be a food item to one person This can serve as a warning and prevent exposure to the organism. It is noted that due to its resilient nature, 157 can be split into smaller pieces, boiled, microwaved, and remain alive and dangerous. Also listed on file are 3 capture incidents. Incident 1. A victim was found with extensive scalp damage after mistaking 157 for a bottle of shampoo and applying to his hair. The victim was apparently immune to 157 anesthetic and began screaming, attracting the attention of his wife, who had been eating a snack. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. He had a pastrami sandwich on his head and it was eating him. The wife would comment. The victim treated for chemical burns, and 157 was captured alive. Both the victim and the wife were given Class A amnesics and released. Capture Incident 2. A victim was found partially consumed by 157 in his office after apparently believing 157 was a pair of socks and wearing them. The victim bled to death after feet and lower legs were mostly dissolved. Incident 3. Standard monitoring of police reports revealed a missing persons case where the investigating officers observed a couch slowly attempting to crawl towards the door of the victim's apartment. The couch initially sealed in by area of police. Foundation agents later determined it to be an unusually large variant of 157 and contained the specimen. Amnesics were administered. Although large enough to attack humans directly, the specimen prefers to use its telepathic ability to attract prey in the manner of smaller 157 colonies. This is currently all that is on file for 157. And so we will conclude today's audio with the special containment procedures in place. When not being used in an experiment, 157 is to be stored in its cryobiotic form in a dry, airtight container. It is estimated that 157 can survive in this condition for at least 10 years. Specimen needed for experimentation can be removed from storage and given water, then food to restore them to a usable state. Personnel working with an active 157 colony are cautioned not to eat, drink, change clothing, or apply any substance to their body in the presence of 157. Foundation MTF agents are authorized to administer Class A amnesics to any survivors or witnesses of wild 157 attacks. And with that, we have reached the end of today's audio. I hope you all enjoyed. Please feel free to leave a like and feedback in the comments. And I hope to see you all next time.